is Jackson Health Systems. Is this Mr. Fouad?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. It's good to hear your voice again, sir.
Likewise, Mr. Fouad. How have you been? This terrible pandemic treating you okay?
Not really. My sister and my sister, my brother, and my stepmother caught it, but they recovered though. By the grace of God, they recovered.
I wish you the best. What's going on with your lawsuit against Jackson?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a matter of spoliation of evidence. Specifically, I contacted the director, Glenn Ponte, of Jackson Memorial Hospital, and he clearly said that he's the one who oversees all of the camera footage there. And I specifically asked him to obtain the camera footage from the psychiatric unit that I was brought to after Officer Ronnie Rodriguez brutally assaulted me because I reported his misconduct of him pushing me, shoving me in my chest 3 times when I was only trying to ask him for help. And when I reported this to his supervisor, Your Honor.
Do you have a case against that officer as well?
Yes, Your Honor. It's in your courtroom, but I had to refile it in Broward Court because I had to move from Miami for my safety because I was constantly being harassed everywhere I went through every legal course that was necessary for me to accomplish. And you know, it was getting really bad. Like I was literally, for example, one day I was traveling on my bicycle to the Internal Affairs office to provide them with additional evidence proving the case, and somebody deliberately hit me with their car while I was on the phone with the Internal Affairs Mrs. Alfonso, who also tried to cover up the police brutality case, and that I was then instructed by a law firm to contact the civilian investigative panel because they're civilians who investigate the police, not police who investigate the police. And the civilian investigative panel proved that they caught all the officers lying in accordance with each other, and they didn't tell each one of them when they were going to take their depositions or what each one of them said. So they caught them lying, and they changed their story completely from what the Internal Affairs reported they said. Now, and I have that report from the Internal Affairs proving that. But this matter of medical malpractice, which is also a tort matter because it's a matter of spoliation of evidence. Specifically, while spoliation of evidence most often shows up in civil cases with allegations that the defendant allowed videos, photos, or physical evidence to be destroyed, spoliation is also an issue where a person claims he has been injured by their negligence or their malpractice, which is specifically the fact that they injected me into my rear end and forced me unconscious when all I did was contact 911 to report that Officer Ronnie Rodriguez deliberately tried to snap my neck, choke me to death, and then body slam me on the concrete in front of his supervisor, all because I reported him shoving me in my chest 3 times when I was trying to ask him for help to file a police report because someone was reported that they were going to kill me at my job. And when I contacted Director Glenn Ponte, he said that they only have those videos, that video recording, for 30 days. But by law, the civilian investigative panel proved by law in any psychiatric Baker Act matter, which is what the officer tried to do. He tried to Baker Act me to cover up his police brutality. By law, they have to hold those videos for a minimum of 180 days or as long as it's necessary, but a minimum of 180 days. And when I contacted him, it was within that 180-day time frame.
Okay.
And when I
thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, and they wouldn't allow me to get that video footage. When I went to the Honorable Judge Rebel, I explained that to him, and then he asked me what I would like to do. I said I would like to take the case to trial, and then he said I'll think about it. And then he asked Jennifer Hoschad from Miami-Dade attorney's office how she would like to proceed, and then she immediately said, "Well, Your Honor, he's recording us right now while we're in the courtroom." And I said, "Ma'am, with all due respect, they try to cover up this police brutality case from the crime scene to the hospital, as well as inside the hospital, and I'm only recording this for my safety, to make sure I don't die, and to make sure that they don't do this again to me." And then Judge Rebel said, "Case dismissed, case dismissed."
Okay.
And I have that recording as well to prove that to you, Your Honor. And that's not fair, because I did nothing wrong but tried to protect myself after this matter of spoliation of evidence that they committed deliberately in this medical malpractice matter, which is a serious crime because of the nature of the case.
Okay. And how are things in Broward? Better?
Not really, Your Honor. They just reported that like 3,300 people died in one day in the United
Broward?
States. No, in the United States, which is more than 9/11 and the Pearl Harbor.
All right. Well, good luck to you, Mr. Fouad. It's good to hear from you again.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. We'll be in recess.
Thank you, Your Honor.